With money plus we're ready to go. It's our chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. Let's be part of something wonderful. Strong in life, belong in me. Stretch him, sing down below.
One time, long time before. Yeah. Now by you me up, winning came. Helping you pela come up strong. Na to you pela can sabe. Me pela number one. Praise belong you.
Number one.
Long numbers na island.
Number one.
You go on top long highlands.
Looking MTV. You number one.
Long stop wanting me bella. Sunny come up, sunny go down, no get down, mamas.
And me go up the time, don't come up, you fly. Number one,
kissing through,
number one,
like him they blow you.
looking MTV, you number one. Looking MTV, number one. Number one, me fla go head boss. Number one, me fla hamamas. Looking MTV, number one. Number one,
number one,
number one,
number one,
number
This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Pope calls for end to tribal violence. Pacific leaders participate in Papal's visit. And Gero Hospital assault suspects arrested.
A very good evening. This is National MTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. Pope Francis has appealed for an end to tribal violence in Papua New Guinea. He made this appeal today when addressing the government authorities and other dignitaries at the APEC House in Port Moresby.
Pope Francis has signed a book of honor during a courtesy visit to the Governor-General Sebob Dadai at the government house early this morning. Following that, he met with dignitaries from around the region and addressed government authorities at the APEC House. He said increasing institutional stability and building consensus on fundamental choices is a prerequisite for integral and fair development. He said it also requires a long-term vision and a climate of cooperation among all, even if there is a distinction of roles and differences of opinion.
It is my particular hope that tribal violence will come to an end, for it causes many victims, prevents people from living in peace and hinders development.
He appealed to everyone's sense of responsibility to stop the spiral of violence and instead resolutely embark on the path that leads to fruitful cooperation for the benefit of all the people of the country.
The necessary forces can be utilized to improve infrastructure, address the health and educational needs of the population, and increase opportunities for dignified work. Sometimes we forget that human beings need more than just the basic necessities of life. They also need great hope in their hearts.
during the course of their stay here in Papua New Guinea. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
2 police personnel are in custody over the alleged assault of a respected doctor at the Goilala General Hospital, with operations underway to arrest other accomplices. Police Commissioner David Manning said the men involved will be suspended and face criminal charges.
In a press statement released, the 2 police personnel were arrested at Gerehu Stage 4 on Friday morning and remain in custody at Boroko Police Station. Commissioner Manning said the men involved will be suspended and face criminal charges, with police seeking the maximum penalty against the alleged offenders. He said it is alleged that the police personnel were intoxicated and arrived at the Gerehu General Hospital at around 3:30 a.m. yesterday. Investigations into this matter are being overseen by Assistant Commissioner of Police or Internal Affairs and have already delivered the arrest of the 2 offenders within hours of the reported incident. He said other suspects involved in this disgraceful act have been identified and will be apprehended. Meanwhile, Dr. Thomas Ayaka was treated and discharged. He is now recovering at home. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
A man faced with charges of dealing with criminal property, false documentation and conspiracy to defraud has been recently discharged. The accused, Max Power, said this is a relief for him and his family.
The accused, Max Power, who faced 4 counts of dealing with criminal property, 1 count of false document and 1 count of conspiracy to defraud, all under the criminal code, was discharged from any further proceedings as the state declines to lay any charge. A relieved Max gave this insight.
They raised the allegations in 2019 and the matter was taken in the court from the district level to the national court, and today the court made a declaration, and Judge Berrigan made a declaration to discharge my charge, and I'm free from today. And then this battle is a win for me and my family.
It was alleged on August 8, 2019 that Power, then an employed senior finance officer of BSP, communicated via text message with a Puri Hari, an alleged chairman of the Goilala Block 1, 2 and 3 timber resource landowners from Gulf Province. Their alleged communication was about depositing a BSP bank check being for timber royalties for landowners, summing up to about 1.5 million kina at the Port Moresby branch. In reflection to the case that took almost 5 years, Power said,
Also, I want to encourage the management and the BSP staff that there must be a job security in place. For the existing staffs that they're working, they work with fear. And for me, the state has declared that there's no evidence on the case. And then they declared that the charges, so I'm free today. And after this, I'll take the matter to the next level where it should be.
Orders for his discharge include a refund for bail monies. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom more bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Our chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus, we're ready to go.
Nipla Halivim Wari Bilong You.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 11, The Top 6. Tune in to vote for your favorite contestant to make it through to the next round. Join us tomorrow night, only on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. The Yalu Bridge outside of Lake City has yet again been affected by the unprecedented heavy rainfall throughout the province.
Following the recent damage caused by erosion cutting off the main highway and access across the bridge, the temporary fix could not withstand the force of the Munum River. All responsible authorities, including Department of Works and China Railway, are on the ground monitoring the situation and preparing works for restoration of the Yalu Bridge. Currently, traffic has ceased as repair works begin. Meanwhile, schools in the city have closed due to the dangerous weather condition as of 9 a.m. today, as advised by Provincial Education Advisor Keith Tangui. Updates will be provided as the events unfold. Jessica Nui, National MTV News, Lay.
National Capital District Governor Papal recently highlighted the high cost of airfares in Papua New Guinea during the parliament sitting. He said both domestic and international fares are among the highest globally.
Papal remarked that Air New Guinea, the country's major airline, has become a tax collector due to these elevated costs.
Supervision or NAC also charge him, where MIPSA contribute long cost long airfares inside the country below you. Cost below airfares inside the country below you is probably among the highest in the world, domestic, international. You may get problem where we have 10 Air New Guinea into IRC or tax collector. You may get fee, guantablong ticket, kind fee, maybe NAC charge him or civil aviation, and then fuel surcharge guantablong him, and then cost below New Guinea guantablong him now. Then you may get this law I fees now. People you may complain stuff.
In response to this, Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Walter Schnobel clarified that the National Airports Corporation's New Sky Limited and CASA PNG do not influence the fare structure of airline companies, and airline companies operate as independent businesses setting their own ticket prices.
National Airport Corporation, New Sky Limited, CASA PNG does not play a part in New Guinea, in Tropic Air, or in Airline's PNG's determination of what fee structure they're going to impose to the public. I'm all business, all Ronald's in business, all yet is structure impossible ticket, namelong all yet. For an example, let me give National Airport Corporation. Planty finger appointing on a national corporation. Sorry, true National Airports Corporation. Why? Because inside the ticket you charging or you pay now long end. Airport Corporation fee belong in Tasolem 70 kina per ticket.
Schnobelt noted that NAC charges a modest 70 kina per ticket for airline facilities and has only proposed a 4 to 5% increase, which has not been implemented since 2013. The minister explained that NAC's income is derived from both aeronautical and non-aeronautical sources, with the latter being commercial activities. He also pointed out that NAC is responsible solely for managing qualified and certified airports.
So our engineers can go out and we don't have to put that burden. You come back in. Lo Casa PNG, who has no money already as it is and struggling as it is to meet its regulatory obligations. So I'm always something we like stressing. In relation to the good advice, our good governor from NCD, Igim Liglik Tok Tok Longen, Governor, everywhere else in the world, airline companies pay the airport company a fee.
Schnobel stressed that the responsibility for the increase in FS lies within the airline themselves and not the National Airport Corporation. James Guken, National EMTV News.
Treasury Minister Ian Ling-Starkey in the last Parliament sitting outlined the government's economic measures aimed at supporting households and controlling inflation. He detailed a $1.117 billion, about $4.3 billion expenditure on household assistance packages for 2022 to 2023 and an additional $500 million, about $1.9 billion for the current year.
The budget
to address foreign exchange problems, to stop the kina depreciating. Mr. Speaker, can I just say that at this point in time, and I want to put the question into context, there has never been any government in 49 years since independence put forward a plan to deal
and the farmers. And everybody has worked together to give us the confidence that we can give you this certificate, knowing that coffee will come. Coffee will come from the region and not only come to Port Moresby, but be exported.
Present to receive the certificate was the Goilala MP Kasmiro Aya, accompanied by coffee coordinators of the Waitape and Tapini areas, along with the Goilala CEO, Titus Girau.
On behalf of farmers and the gentlemen in charge of coffee coordination in Goilala DDA and our people, we want to place on record and thank CIC for the collaborations we have between Goilala people and Goilala DDA on behalf of our people to progress the coffee work in Goilala district by having come this far to present us the certificate for milling the coffee from parchment to green bean. At this juncture, we have qualified that we can run the hala machine to produce coffee from green bean to parchment to green bean.
Emphasizing on the district's aspirations, the MP made an ambitious request.
At this juncture, we would want to, on behalf of our people, ask that we also go the path of considering export license for us and our people to export coffee all the way from Papua New Guinea out to where we want to sell, where there is a need and where is a collaboration between whichever country we want to send our coffees to.
Natasha Ovoy, National, MTV News.
Attesting that Goilala district has one of the toughest terrains in the country, District MP Kashmiro Aya elaborated on the dilemma Goilala is faced with.
MP Aya said although there are ongoing efforts to develop Goilala, the challenging terrain of the district posed much obstacle, especially with little to no road access to parts of the district. He said it is with this concern that his predecessor came up with this initiative.
And one of the initiatives that my predecessor came up with, Honorable Williamson, was to set up a Goilala district development business arm. And the birth of formation of Goilala District Development Corporation came up, and from that time, this company was registered to be a delivery machinery or delivery means to deliver project on behalf of government and also on behalf of DDA.
The MP went on to highlight the reason for this.
The reason why we come up with this is sometimes, or history also tells us that we engage contractors who are not from Goilala, but when we engage, because of the ruggedness or remoteness of the area or district, some contractors get paid. They go in today and they come out tomorrow because they cannot survive, or for some unknown reasons they cannot continue. Strongest belief that the business arm, since it is local, it will be rooted, it will be better anchored into the district and will sit there for many years to come. And
he announced the total amount of the check presented.
2 lots of checks at 636,363 kina 70 toya, and another of the similar amount, 636,300.
National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
All skipper, time you go long Solwara, all get a time wear him life jacket, one time all passenger, no go to you pela, pine him die. Don't let this happen to you. Follow the rules. This message is brought to you by NMSA, promoting safety first at sea.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Of your risk to the insurance company for unforeseen events.
Join us Monday night at 7 as we discuss the insurance industry.
We have workmen compensation policy, we have public liability insurance policies, we have policies for directors,
and financial inclusion in Papua New Guinea.
To design new products.
That's on Monday night. You're watching National MTV News. Moving to overseas news, Pope Francis has arrived in Papua New Guinea on the second leg of his mammoth Asia-Pacific tour. The visit has attracted crowds of thousands of eager followers to see the religious leader in person.
The head of the Vatican was given a state welcome here at the tarmac in Port Moresby after he arrived from Indonesia. Thousands turned out to greet Pope Francis, gathering along the streets of the capital, singing hymns and holding candles. It's a significant visit for the deeply Christian nation, where Catholics make up the largest religious denomination.
Yeah, I think I'll remember this for the rest of my life.
A blessing and also grace to us, and also it helps to help us in our vocations and as seminarians.
On his first full day in PNG, the Pope plans to hold a private mass before meeting with religious and government leaders, including the Papua New Guinean Governor-General and the Prime Ministers of Vanuatu and Tonga. He also plans to visit a local school, marking his focus on the youth population.
An earthquake knocked out power to roughly 2,500 homes in Muswellbrook in New South Wales this morning. The magnitude 4.5 quake was recorded in the Hunter region just before 6 a.m.
Well, it's certainly the talk of the town yet again. This is the third quite large tremor that the Upper Hunter has experienced in just over 2 weeks. We're here at the inaugural TV and Movie Nostalgia Festival at the Muswellbrook Showgrounds this morning, where rain, hail or shine or an earthquake, it is still going ahead. We've had hundreds of punters through the gates already on what's otherwise a beautiful spring day. But this morning it wasn't the wake-up call that residents wanted just before 6 a.m. This tremor, initially a 4.7 and then revised down to a 4.5 magnitude earthquake, was felt as far as Tamworth, Wollongong and out to places like Goilala in the Central West and certainly around the Upper Hunter. It left 2,500 people without power. We understand that number's now been downgraded to under 200 as services are restored around the region there. There's been about 850 reports of feeling this tremor and about 100 reports, unconfirmed, but reports to Geoscience Australia of damage, and that ranges from damage to masonry to some small fractures in or cracks in plaster as well in people's homes and businesses. But like I said, it's happened a few times in recent weeks, so it's certainly on people's minds here. We've had a few smaller tremors in between, but there's been some timely advice this morning from the Emergency Services Minister, Jihad Dib.
Well, the advice is, of course, you feel the shake, making sure that you stay away from any structures, try and get yourself out into an open area, and, don't put yourself in a position where if something is moved, it could then cause damage to yourself. Homes can be replaced, buildings can be fixed, roads can be fixed, but human lives can't be replaced, so always look to protect yourself.
It's certainly on people's minds. We haven't seen any significant injury or significant damage, which I think has people wary, but perhaps alert but not alarmed, maybe is the phrase to put on this one. It was a 4.7 magnitude quake that we saw on the 23rd of August, a 4.5 the day later, and we've certainly had a series of smaller tremors in between. I think even in the last 24 hours have seen 6 small tremors around this region. Seismologists are calling it now a swarm, but they're still trying to work out the pattern here, which will, of course, give them some insights into what's ahead for this region, and we hope to hear from them again for more updates soon.
A New York judge has delayed former President Donald Trump's sentencing in his harsh money criminal case until after the U.S. elections in November.
Well, the context is, back in May, Donald Trump made the wrong kind of history, becoming the first person to have held the office of American president to be convicted of felonies. Since that date, we've been waiting for this sentencing, which was supposed to occur in July, was then delayed until this month, and has now been further delayed until after the election. Now, the judge's reasoning, which he provided in a letter to the opposing counsel in this case, is in part about the upcoming presidential election, which he acknowledges is a factor. So he says the imposition of sentence will be adjourned to avoid any appearance, however unwarranted, that the proceeding has been affected by or seeks to affect the approaching presidential election in which the defendant is a candidate. So the judge is very clearly stating that he has taken into account the fact that Donald Trump is not only a former president of the United States, he's also the Republican nominee for this presidential election. It is interesting to juxtapose this from what we heard yesterday in a different case that Donald Trump is involved in, which is a criminal case being heard here in Washington, D.C. In that case, the judge said that she was not taking into account the upcoming presidential election and how she was determining the timeline. But obviously, this justice is aware of how closely watched this sentencing will be and the potential implications. But it does mean that Donald Trump will now go to this presidential election as a convicted felon, but one who has at this point not been punished for his crimes. Should also point out that Donald Trump is appealing that particular conviction or that series of convictions, and that case that appeal will also be heard in November ahead of that sentencing. But this is a significant victory for Donald Trump, who wanted this sentencing to be pushed back further. He wants, obviously, for the convictions to be overturned, but this at least means that he does not face the potential of either a custodial sentence or big fines ahead of the election. Now, although it is possible he would be jailed, that is not the expectation, given that this is a first-time offence, but it does set up this historic situation where potentially, if he does win at the upcoming presidential election, that the president-elect of the United States could be facing jail time.
A 14-year-old boy and his father have appeared in a U.S. court charged over the murder of 2 students and 2 teachers in a school gun attack in Georgia. The teenager is charged with first-degree murder and will be tried as an adult. His father also appeared to charge with involuntary manslaughter and second-degree murder.
Inform you of the charges 14 years old and facing 4 murder charges for allegedly shooting 2 classmates and 2 teachers. Colt Gray did not enter a plea, but at first heard this from the judge.
You could be punishable by death, by imprisonment for life, without parole, or by imprisonment for life.
But minutes later, the judge, in an extraordinary slip-up, had to recall the teenager.
I just need to correct one thing on the record. The penalty for the crimes for which you are charged does not include death.
The defendant's father, in a rare move, is also facing charges. Colin Gray, who also did not enter a plea, has been indicted on 14 charges, including second-degree murder and cruelty. Prosecutors say he knowingly allowed his son to possess a gun. It's believed the defendant used a semi-automatic rifle to carry out the shooting on Wednesday, but a new security system installed a week earlier allowed teachers to call the police immediately, who took the suspect into custody within minutes. The victims included 2 students and 2 teachers. Richard Aspinall was a football coach at the school, Christina Irimi an algebra teacher. The 2 students were Christian Angelo and Mason Schermerhorn, both 14. As usual in America, political reaction split down party lines.
We cannot continue to accept the carnage of gun violence.
If you are a psycho and you want to make headlines, you realize that our schools are soft targets.
Holding parents partly responsible for school shootings has come increasingly to the fore after a couple was jailed in Michigan earlier this year when their son killed 4 people at his high school. But the charges against the father are even more serious in this case, and he could face up to 180 years in prison.
A British man has been jailed for 9 years over his involvement in anti-immigration riots in the UK.
200 asylum seekers were trapped inside a hotel in South Yorkshire in England last month when the hotel was surrounded by anti-immigration rioters. Now, some of those rioters set fire to a bin at one of the entranceways to the hotel. They also turned violent, and some police who were trying to contain the violent mob were injured. They also threw a number of items at police. One of those rioters, 27-year-old Thomas Burley, was arrested and charged, and he has now pled guilty to several of those charges and has been sentenced to 9 years in jail. And he is one of around 250 people that have been jailed since a number of anti-immigration riots that lasted several days in the UK last month. Now, those riots came after 3 young girls were killed in the northern English town of Southport, and the riots came after misinformation was spread on social media about who was responsible for the deaths of those 3 girls. It was falsely spread that it was a migrant. Now, Burley's sentencing of 9 years in jail is the longest sentencing so far that is connected to these riots. Here's what the judge, Jeremy Richardson, had to say.
Your conduct and the conduct of that mob has cast a dark and ugly stain across the reputation of Rotherham and South Yorkshire. Those in the hotel were terrified by what occurred outside, and when the building was entered, coupled to the fire, which was deliberately started, they thought they were about to die. You and many like you were intent on spreading a hateful message of violence and racism.
Police are continuing to search for several people who were involved in those riots in the UK, which led to civil unrest for several days. They say that they will be bringing further charges and more people will be fronting the courts.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Nuggets, there's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack, get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Now chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus we're ready to go.
Nipla Halivim Wari Bilong You.
All skipper, time you go long solwara, all get a time wear him life jacket, one time all pass India. No go to you pela, pine him die. Don't let this happen to you. Follow the rules. This message is brought to you by NMSA, promoting safety first at sea.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
MTV's Vocal Fusion Season 11, The Top 6. Tune in to vote for your favorite contestant to make it through to the next round. Join us tomorrow night, only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The Mount Hagen Eagles soared through the 2024 PNG National Rugby League season with determination and bravery, delivering an inspiring campaign that captured the hearts of their fans.
The Eagles faced stiff competition and wooden spoon holders in the last season and also over the years. Known for their physicality and disciplined play, the Eagles never gave up, but their resilience shone through. The season kicked off with a strong performance as the Eagles racked up crucial early victories that set the tone for their campaign. Led by their experienced captain and a blend of seasoned players and rising stars, the Eagles played a structured and high-tempo style, often relying on the aggressive forward pack to dominate the middle. A mid-season slump tested their resolve, but they quickly regrouped, showcasing their fighting spirit with impressive wins over top-tier sides like the Lace Next Tigers, Hela Wigmen and Engamioks. Their defense stood out, limiting opponents' scoring opportunities, while their backline was clinical, converting chances into points. This season, the Mount Hagen Eagles played 18 matches, won 12 games, drawn 2 and lost 4 games with a total points of 26 to lead the ladder. The Eagles saw through, defeating Engamioks in the major semi-finals with a score of 16-12. As the season drew to a close, the Eagles are now ready for the grand final. The 2024 season marked a step forward for the Eagles, who continue to build toward future success. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The PNG AFL Commission has officially endorsed the train-on squads for the PNG Mozzies and PNG Flames as they prepare for the 2024 AFL Pacific Cup.
This significant step reflects the Commission's confidence in the talent pool and dedication of these teams as they aim to represent Papua New Guinea on an international stage. The PNG Mozzies, the men's national team, have a storied history in AFL competitions with several notable successes in past international tournaments. The PNG Flames, the women's team, have also been making strides with growing participation and recognition in the sport. Both teams will undergo intensive training and preparation in the months leading up to the AFL Pacific Cup, with a focus on honing their skills, fitness and teamwork. The squad include a mix of seasoned players and fresh talent all over the country, ensuring a dynamic and competitive roster. The endorsement from the PNG AFL Commission not only highlights the importance of these teams, but also underscores the growing popularity and development of AFL in Papua New Guinea. The 2024 AFL Pacific Cup is said to be a thrilling event, with the PNG Mozzies and PNG Flames eager to make their mark and bring home the victory for the country. Jonathan Sibona, Chukai Sports.
The 2024 BSP Volleyball Association had its club championships today at the Taroma Aquatic Indoor Complex in Port Moresby, where a main match between the Karabua and Talikone Laumas men's team took place.
As supporters cheered on to what was seen to be an intense match, where in the first match of the day, in Pool A, the Karabua took to court the Taikone Laumas with a tight game. With the match starting at 10:23 a.m. in the first set of the match, Laumas led with 25 points to 23 as they fought hard to be in the lead. But Karabua was a team to reckon with its hard strikes and techniques displayed on the court. They won set 2 with 25 points to 21. Laumas weren't about to give in as they played hard, and with smart maneuvering through in the third set, they won again with 25 points to 23. Laumas were declared winners at the end with 2 sets 1-1. Claire Mauta, Chukai Sports.
Chukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports.
Share the love with Gala Ice Cream, Gala Cone Ice Creams, Gala Stick Ice Creams, and Gala Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gala range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gala Ice Creams. Gala, Gala, yum.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
All skipper, time you go long Solwara, all get a time wear him life jacket, one time all passenger, no good you pela painim die. Don't let this happen to you. Follow the rules. This message is brought to you by NMSA, promoting safety first at sea.
I'm Joel Dangi. Join me weekly at 7 p.m. every Tuesday nights on House and Home as we talk about pet care, health and fitness, home improvement ideas, future stories, pick a book, Hatok Mom, and everything to do with home and lifestyle. That's House and Home, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching True Guy Sports. Moving to overseas sports, Hawthorn multiplayer Port Adelaide in an AFL semi-final after beating the Western Bulldogs by 37 points in last night's elimination final at the MCG.
Jeremy Cameron put the Power on notice early with an incredible snap from the boundary, one of his 4 goals during the match. The Power hit the front just once. That was in the second quarter. It did not last long at all as Geelong piled on the goals. Tyson Stengel also booted 4 for the Cats, who were without Tom Stewart. Now, he pulled out just before the match with hamstring soreness, while Port's Zach Butters will have scans today after copping a knock to the ribs and was substituted out just after the main break. Here's what Cats coach Chris Scott and Port coach Ken Hinkley had to say after the game.
You know, something we should be proud of, we should feel good, but been in the game long enough to know that if you start getting ahead of yourself because you have one good night, it'll bite you pretty quickly.
We have to move the group forward really quickly. We have to own what happened, but we also have to move forward quickly because we've got to get a chance to play another final next week.
The Sydney Roosters have climbed to second on the NRL ladder after 36 points to 28 win over the South Sydney at Stadium Australia.
Former Wallabies star Mark Nwanganatawase scored a stunning opening try in his NRL debut for the Tricolours. Just a month after representing Australia in the Rugby Sevens at the Paris Olympics, the 23-year-old, who also played in the 2023 Rugby World Cup for the Wallabies, scored with his first touch. Junior Ponga scored a hat-trick for the Roosters but suffered a knee injury in the process, while 19-year-old six-gamer Tyrone Munro again starred for Souths as the Rabbitohs finished the season in 16th spot.
Australia has beaten Scotland by 70 runs in the second men's T20 cricket clash in Edinburgh to secure a series victory.
Josh Inglis scored the fastest T20 international century for Australia off just 43 deliveries as the visitors notched 4 for 196 from 20 overs. A game-high 4 wickets from Marcus Stoinis then helped Australia suppress Scotland's run chase to 126. Australia holds a 2-0 lead heading into the third and final T20 match tonight.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun out there. Really enjoyed myself. Had a good partnership with Greenie after a few wickets early, and just tried to cash in.
That ends True Kai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
True Kai Sports. True Kai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
All skipper, time you go long solwara, all get a time wear him life jacket, one time all passenger, no go to you pela, pine him die. this happen to you, follow the rules. This message is brought to you by NMSA, promoting safety first at sea.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Of your risk to the insurance company for unforeseen events.
Join us Monday night at 7 as we discuss the insurance industry.
We have workmen compensation policy, we have public liability insurance policies, we have policies for directors,
and financial inclusion in Papua New Guinea.
To design new products.
That's on Monday night.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The weather report for the next 24 hours for the southern region. Port Moresby City partly cloudy with inland showers and possible thunderstorm. Daru mostly cloudy with possible few afternoon rain showers and drizzles. Kerema afternoon showers easing to cloudy periods. Alotau mostly fine. Popondetta mostly cloudy with possible brief evening rain showers and drizzles. To the Momasa region, Ley City cloudy with period of rain showers. Medang mostly cloudy with possible afternoon drizzles, clearing up to partly cloudy. We were cloudy with some rain showers. Vanimo partly cloudy with some afternoon rain showers. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau some rain showers in the afternoon. KVN cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms this evening. Kokopo and Rabaul few afternoon showers easing to cloudy periods. Kimbe afternoon rain showers easing to mostly cloudy. Buka few rain showers easing to mostly cloudy. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka Buns and Kundiawa mostly cloudy with some rain showers. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news sports and weather for Saturday, the 7th of September 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.